It's hibernation time of year, and not just because it's cold outside, but buyers have cooled off, sellers have cooled off, and it's just a cooler time in the Orange County housing market. I'm Jim with the Bishop team, bringing you all the latest and greatest here in South Orange County. Let's jump in. Remember to subscribe so you can keep up on all the reports that we put out on South Orange County real estate here on this channel. You can also click on the link below to schedule a time to chat about your specific needs. We'd love to help you out with all your housing needs, whether it's buying, selling, or investing. While supply and demand ultimately rule the day, interest rates continue to play a huge role in what's going on in the housing market. So keep that in mind. That'll be a theme behind all the topics that we discussed today, plus a couple new things at the end. So you want to stick around and see what surprises we have for you at the end of this video. So inventory, which is the number of homes for sale, is up 177% compared to this time last year. As you probably recall, this time last year, we were getting to record lows, so that increase isn't completely surprising. We have about 1,100 homes for sale at the beginning of December, and we had about 1,256 homes for sale back in the beginning of November, so that number has been dropping. We're back to where we were back in about the beginning of June. As you can see on the graph, this is the time of year when inventory is normally dropping. But see that flat line? That drop was delayed, didn't start as early in the year as normal, and that was largely because of that rise in interest rates a little bit earlier in the year. So that quick rise of interest rates slowed buyer activities down slower than a normal slowdown. Still, inventory is down 41% compared to this time in 2019. So fewer homes for sale than just a couple years ago. The homes listed for sale in year-to-date in 2022 is continuing to lag last year, the year before, any year, by about 21% compared to 2021. And about 26% compared to 2019. As a result, 2022, when we get the final numbers, we'll have the fewest numbers of homes listed for sale in over a decade. If you've seen our recent videos, you know that sellers have been playing hide and seek. Well, now they're in full hibernation as we get into the holiday season. So the fact that almost a third of California home loans are less than 3% continues to be a huge factor in sellers going, I'm gonna stay put. Talked to a client last week. She's at 2.5%. If she were to move, more than double that, which would be probably for her about a 60% increase in her monthly payment. Probably gonna wait for rates to come back down. So demand is measured by the number of homes in escrow. Demand has also continued to fall. Beginning of December, we have about 450 homes for sale, down from a little over 500 at the beginning of November. That's an additional 10% drop in the number of homes in escrow, and it's actually, fun fact, it's the lowest number of homes in escrow since I started tracking them almost 20 years ago. Extremely low number of homes in escrow, extremely low inventory, just kind of a hibernating market. So the number of homes in escrow right now are down 51% compared to last year, and down about 54% compared to 2019 levels. Closed sales, the number of homes that have closed escrow, are down for the 15th month in a row. There's a tongue twister for you. And year to date, we're down about 34% on the number of units closed compared to last year. Last year was pretty rapid year, but we're down 14% compared to 2019. And we'll probably end up even a little bit further behind 2019 by the end of the year. So what's our market index look like? Well, we were at 250 in November. We're at about 245, 246 here in December. So it's actually heated up a little bit, not statistically significant, which is about 1 in escrow for every 2.5 that are for sale. And that's been holding pretty steady. We still have a couple of cities here in South Orange County with less than a 2-month supply. Aliso Viejo and Coto de Caza are leading the pack there. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we've got Ladera Ranch actually now is the slowest market with about 3.8 months of supply, the average being in the 2.5 month supply range for South Orange County. So what have fewer sellers and fewer buyers done to pricing? Well, for November, the average price on a dollar per square foot basis went down about 2%. And so that slowdown or that softening in prices actually slowed down. So right now we're about 10% off the peak. We're about 6% up over last year. We're about 1% up year to date. Have prices gone up? Have prices gone down? The answer is yes. It's done both, so it depends on your reference point. And if you want to go back to December of 2019, prices are up about 42% from then. Remember to subscribe so you get notified of all this hopefully useful real estate information. But wait, there's some more. But wait, couple new things here wanted to touch on. One is called seasonality. Do buyers buy homes in December? Do sellers try and sell their homes in December? Simple answer is yes. Is it a slower time of year? Yes, and we'll show you that here in a second. So while there aren't as many sales this time of year, the Bishop team, we've sold about 25 homes over the last several years in December. We already have one closing here in the month of December 2022. So sales do happen. If you look at the chart, you can see that December sales are about 8% of the year's sales. Well, that's about an average month. The highest months, May and June, are only about 11%, so not a huge seasonal amount. January and February are typically the slowest sales closing months, and December's actually not a bad time to close and sell a house. This chart shows you the expected days on market, and right now, December, January, February, those months which are typically not the busiest, we are expecting things to be slow for the next 3 months until interest rates come back down a little bit more. If rates don't come down that quickly, then that slowdown will probably continue into the normal spring selling season. And the other thing I wanted to point out in this chart is as the days on market rises, we're getting more into the balanced market, coming out finally after 2.5 years out of a seller's market. Another bonus, foreclosures appear to be going through the roof. From a percentage standpoint, we've got foreclosures that have closed year to date in South Orange County out of 12 cities that we're talking about today. 3 on the market and there's 1 in escrow. So that number could almost double by the time we end this year. Statistically insignificant on a percentage basis, but you can see on the chart back when about 60% of all sales were foreclosures and short sales. Now we're statistically 0%. So it's the lowest rate of foreclosures. Yes, a lot of that was related to the moratorium. The bigger part of that picture is that equity has gone up. So if someone is in an unfortunate situation, chances are they have equity so they can sell the house, pocket what money they have, and go through those changes rather than just having the bank take the house back for them and walking away from being upside down. So tune in next month to see if Santa brings me a new crystal ball, because this one's been broken for a while. Every house is different, every buyer, every seller, every investor is different. There's so many unique criteria that impact whether it's the right time for you. So if you are thinking about it, give us a call or click on the link below, shoot us a text, so that we can help you navigate this particular market, whether it's up, down, sideways. That's what we're here for, helping you make the right move. I'm Jim with the Bishop team, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, California Properties.